morning. There we go. I always forget to turn my mic on. For someone who worked in sound from like age 9 until I was 24, I should know better. We're going to start here in a minute or two. Go ahead, grab some yoga blocks, grab some water, get yourself settled in. All right, we're going to work on two different breathing practices this morning. We're going to start with cyclical breathing, which if you've been in the class before, you'll recognize. If not, I'll go through that in a second. And then the second practice that we're going to work into, we're going to go right from cyclical breathing into that. So at some point, I'll tell you that we're going to transition and then just listen to my instruction and keep breathing as we go. So to start, let's begin with cyclical breathing. You're going to be inhaling for 6 counts, exhaling for 6 counts, and we want to see if we can fill our lungs to full capacity over the course of those counts. If you've been in my class before, I encourage you after a few cycles to see if you can extend that to maybe 8 counts and then 8 counts exhale. See how big and maybe how slow you can make that breath. For this practice, we'll be breathing in and out through the nose only. Nice big inhale to start. And exhale. Inhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and continue on your own count. Inhale, exhale. Again, if you've been in the class before, maybe try extending that to 7 counts or 8 counts for your inhale and your exhale. Good. We're going to transition into the second breathing pattern. For this one, what we're going to try to access is the kind of elastic quality of the muscles that are involved with breathing. So ideally, we don't want to be controlling all of the muscular action for inhale and exhale. We want to think of it almost like a rubber band where we're stretching it and then letting it recoil, and then it recoils in the opposite direction, unlike a rubber band, which is cool, right? So you have this, if you get enough muscular action, enough stretch, that bounces back and then through the other phase of breath, and then those muscles bounce back. So you should be able to kind of create a rhythm that's almost self-sustaining, like a pendulum. So the way we're going to work on that is we're going to take a nice big inhale. I'll just show you first. Inhale, 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 exhale all the way. Exhaling until there's no air left. And then I'm just going to relax and let the air naturally come in. Exhale. So you're exhaling all of the air out, pulling that belly button in. Pause for like a microsecond, and then try to relax everything to allow that muscle to recoil and to allow the breath to just get sucked back in. Okay. This is a technique that if you're alone, you can add some noise to it. You can hum. It's a good practice for singers, right? So long, sustained for as long as you can, and then relax. And then I'm ready to go. I have a full breath already, right? Practice that. You can breathe out from the mouth if you'd like. Make sure you're inhaling through the nose, though. And good. Let that go. That's something you can practice too when you're doing any form of cardio. Um, when you're exercising, the primary goal for your breath should be to exhale because your body responds. So that feeling of shortness of breath is actually your body responding to too much carbon dioxide in your body. It means that your metabolism is going up. Your body's producing more carbon dioxide and you need to get it out. Otherwise, your blood becomes too acidic. So you can match that to your cardio exercise where you're taking those long exhales and then allowing the breath to come in, and then you're ready to exhale and push more air out. And that should get you through pretty much any sort of cardio exercise. And if you do that at a kind of a slow rhythm, you'll be able to sustain a lot of you'll be able to sustain your energy a lot better than you would if you're like that. Okay. Let's get into some movement. Let's get onto all fours. Move that out of the way. Start with some nice cat cows. Big inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the back, and exhale around the spine. Press the floor away. Suck everything up and towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale round. Good. Come back to neutral. Thread your left arm underneath your right, bringing the shoulder to the floor. Nice big exhale. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale, switch. Good. Hips back onto heels. Keep the left hand on the floor. Right hand's going to go behind the head. Elbow to elbow. Twist. Good. Switch sides. And good. Come back to neutral. Step your right foot forward. Tuck the back toe. Squeeze your glutes. Shift the weight forward just a little bit. And then relax and come back. Engage your glutes. Tuck the pelvis. Shift. And rock back. Squeeze. Shift. Rock back. Right, squeeze those glutes. Notice how my pelvis tucks under. It's going to lengthen the front of the leg that I'm trying to stretch, and then I lean forward, maintaining that contraction. I'm only going to get about 10 to 15 degrees of extension from the hip. Anything after that's going to start coming from the spine. Good. Come back. Squeeze. Shift. Nice. Good. Tuck and shift. Tuck and shift. Nice. Switching legs. Tuck and shift. Good. Switching back to the other side, same motion, but we're going to add something to it, okay? As you twist, you're going to reach with the same arm up and over. Reaching, opening that side body. See if you can feel a connection between your foot and your hand. You're reaching and try to lengthen. Imagine someone tied like a bundle of cash in front of you, all hundreds, maybe a suitcase. And if you can only reach it, you can get it, but your feet are cemented where they're at. Okay, that's the sort of reach that I'm talking about, right? You're really trying to, like, how much space can you create? Reach, 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 reach. Good, and back. Let's switch sides. Or pretend you're a monkey and there's a banana on a tree. Kind of same stakes, right? Good. Reach. So you're tucking that glute still. Good, and release. Take a second, shake out your hips if you want. All right, for this next one, you can use a block or something to hold on to. You're gonna do right leg in front, leg extended. See if you can sit upright, okay? So my body weight is stacking over this is my left leg, okay? And then hinging at the hips, so I'm tilting that pelvis back. That's the initiation right here, lifting the pelvis. That might be enough and you'll feel the stretch down the back of the leg, okay? What we want to avoid is this. I'm like, oh, look at me stretching my leg. I'm not stretching my leg here. I get more of a stretch just by tilting that pelvis up, and then from there I can lean forward, maintaining this neutral spine, okay? Once I can't go any further from moving my pelvis, then I can allow my spine to relax a little bit and fold forward. Nice. Make sure you're pulling the toes back of the foot that you're stretching. Nice. More important, that butt reach, so maybe don't go so low, right? Maybe you stay right up here and you're more just thinking of lifting that tail. You'll get the same stretch. We're going to add a component. If it's comfortable, you're going to take your opposite hand of the foot that you're working on, the foot that's forward. You're going to place that either on the outside of your thigh, shin, or foot, and you're going to twist into that leg. Should feel a nice stretch down the side there. Good, and release. And switch sides. Nice. Again, initiate with the lift. That tilt with the pelvis. It's the opposite we just did when we were stretching the hip flexors, right? This is the opposite side of the leg. So we lift the tailbone, come forward. Think of doing a deadlift, right? Strong back. Breathe into it. Good. Again, if you want to add a little bit more, hand on thigh, shin, or foot, and twist. Again, you can also do that from up here, right? You don't have to be all the way down. Good, and release. All right, let's get into a kneeling position. We're going to take right leg out to the side, foot flat on the floor, feet pointing straight forward. Okay. From here, I want to try to get my hips neutral so they're in line, right? I don't want one tilted up like this or one tilted down. I'm going to shift my weight back. Oh, there was a good pop. And then bring my hands to the floor. Okay. From there, you can rock back a little bit more if you want to get more of a stretch into that groin area. Or you just stay there. You can do a block. If you want, you can do a little rock forward, a little rock back. And good. Let's lift up and switch. Again, before you lean back, see if we can get those hips so that they're in line with each other. But we want to avoid this. Cool. Hips are in line. Then we lift the tailbone, shift the weight back, bring the hands to the floor. Nice. Maybe a little rock back and forth if you'd like. Good. And relax. This next one is bonus points. Start easy at first. Some people call this the frog stretch. I like to call it the hockey goalie stretch because any hockey game I've watched, always in pregame, every single goalie always does this stretch. So legs out to the side, wide like this, and then you're bringing your elbows to the floor. Let me do it this way. So knees wide. If you can just go to here, just stay right there. Okay. If you want, go a little bit lower and then come to elbows. Yeah. And then we just kind of hang out here. You can play around with like some of the other stretches that we do, engaging muscles in this position. So in this position, maybe try to think of closing the knees towards each other. So you activate those adductors, those groin muscles that we're stretching, and then you can practice releasing and trying to lift the knees off the floor. You can add a small rocking motion if you'd like, shifting the weight forward and then shifting the weight back. Again, be gentle with this. I encourage you to do less if it's your first time in this position. Okay, maybe just do it from here. Good. Let's do like 15 more seconds here. Good, and we're going to slowly come out of that position. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. How are the legs and hips feeling? Should be feeling pretty good after that. That was a kind of comprehensive, doing all the different angles on the leg. Let's finish up by getting our heart rate up, ending on an upbeat note. We'll do a little bit of core work and then we'll call it a class. Let's go ahead. Let's start on our stomachs. Arms extended in front of us. We're going to lift up, open to the side, together, and down. Up, open, together, down. Yeah, so arms lift up, legs open as the arms go back towards the feet. Legs come together, hands come together. Good. Two more. And good. All right, here's a challenge for you. Without using your hands or feet, you have to transition onto your butt. Okay. Hands and feet can't touch. Okay. Then get up onto the butt. Nice. Let's try that one more time. Bonus points. All right. You got to lift up, roll, then sit up. See, working out can be fun. All right, from here, we're going to play around with balance and with that kind of action of reaching that we were doing earlier in that one exercise. Remember, reaching for the money? See if you can reach with different limbs and maintain balance and maintain your core integrity. So maybe you shift all your weight onto one hip. Maybe you shift onto the other. Maybe you just reach with your legs and counterbalance with your arms. Maybe you try just reaching with arms. Maybe you do it a little bit faster, so you can control the momentum. Shift onto one hip, shift onto the other. Maybe you try to twist. Ooh, almost lost it there. Good, and relax. Nice. If you have a partner at home, I suggest you try playing that game. I call it Battleship, where you're in this position, you have to throw a ball back and forth and you have to catch it, and you can't have feet or hands touch the ground. Should be fun. All right, that's going to be the class for today. Very good. Very good hip mobility work there in the beginning. We're getting a little bit more advanced, which is good, getting into some deeper stretches. Hopefully those all feel good. Let me know if they don't. Yeah, thank you very much for a wonderful class. I'll be here on Wednesday and Saturday. I'll stick around for a minute if anyone has any questions. All right, have a good morning. I'll see everyone on Wednesday.